Welcome to the video for adding and subtracting fractions. We're going to start by adding fractions with the same denominator and hopefully make some observations that allow us to expand that idea to adding fractions and subtracting fractions with different denominators. I'm going to start with the problem 5/12 plus 1/12. And if I look at the pizzas, I see that if I have 1/12 and I add it to 5/12, now I have 6/12. I had 5/12 and I ended up with one more 12th or 6/12. I can also see that um, my 6/12 if I eat 6/12 of a pizza, I really eat the same amount as if I had eaten 1/2 of a pizza. So I can say my 6/12 is the same as 1/2. And mathematically, I can see that if I want 6/12, I have to cut the pizza in um, 6 times as many pieces. So if I take my 1/2, to get 12ths, I would have to cut the pizza into 6 times as many pieces. So I would have 6 times as many pieces, and then I have to take 6 times as many pieces in order to get a half. So I can see that 6/12 is the same as 1/2. So if I want to change from halves to twelfths, I multiply the numerator and denominator by 6. And if I want to reduce it, I can divide them by 6. We look at um, fractions with different denominators, though. It creates a different problem. Here I know my answer is going to be uh, my answer is going to have a denominator of 12 because I haven't changed the actual size of the slices. Here I'm going to add the pieces together. I'm not really going to change the size of anything, but I'm going to change the way I think about things. I can take my pizzas and put them together on a single tray, but it doesn't tell me a lot. I know how much I have, but in order to really figure out what it means, I need to do something different. So I'm going to take my 1/6 and I'm going to break it up into twelfths. And I'm going to take my 3/4 and break those up into twelfths as well. just like we saw before, when we break our 3/4 into 12s, we have to multiply the 4 times 3 to get 12. So if we break it into 12s, we have 3 times as many pieces as we had when we broke it into fourths. So we have to multiply the numerator by 3 as well. It takes 9/12 of a pizza to make the same amount of pizza as 3/4. We go to our 1/6, and to get 12ths, we had to multiply by 2. And we found that we ended up with twice as many pieces when we did that. So we multiply 2 times the 1. And now I can add them without changing the denominator. If we look at our pizzas, we can see that that looks reasonable based on what we see. We're missing 1/12 when we add those together. And then if we look at subtraction, we really have to do the same thing. If we're going to if we're going to take away 1/6, we have 3/4. The only way we can do that is to break the fourths apart. And we can do that. If we say we're going to eat one of the pieces of pizza, or eat 1/6 of the pizza, we need to eat 2/12. So we do the same thing, 3/4 ends up being 9/12. And 1/6 ends up being 2/12. And if we eat 2/12 of the pizza, we're going to end up with 7/12. Let me know if you have any questions. I would be happy to answer them.